Well, hello everybody, it's Dr. Carmen Bryant. This is Car Chronicles. How are you guys doing? So I just want to do a short story time. I want to give you guys have asked me some stories about myself. Usually I don't talk a lot, but I just wanted to give you this story and give you an insight on something that I experienced while I was in the military and I was married to the narcissist. And this is specifically for those of you that are serving on active duty in the military and where there is some assistance. So when I was in the military, the narcissist I was married to used to burn bridges a lot. I used to be connected to a lot of people because I had great work ethics. I mean, I had good personality, you know, and I used to help people a lot. And so I had a lot of resources. And so it came time for me to go to school. I had to go to school for going into senior leadership. And so I had the connections, but he wanted to help. So, of course, you know, as a wife, you know, I wanted him to feel good about himself, that he was helping me. But time was running short, and I knew I had the connections that I needed in order to get me into school. So I just picked up the phone and I called and I got a school slot. And at the same time, he happened to speak to someone and find out that I had a school slot. So he wanted to take credit for that school slot. So being young at that particular time, I should have just went ahead and said, you know, thank you so much. I appreciate it. But I had told him at that time, I said, no, I called so-and-so and they got me a school slot, which caused him to go straight into a rage. Well, at the time, my sister was living with me and my sister was pregnant. She was young, she was pregnant. And he was so enraged that when I was in the shower, he was screaming and yelling, and I got into the shower to take a shower. Well, he came into the shower. Well, he came into the bathroom where I was at in the shower. Obviously, you guys know I was naked, you know, so he came into the bathroom where I was at, where we were showering. I don't know what he was trying to get me to say. I don't know if he was trying to wanted me to give him the credit. I don't know. You know, I don't know what's going on. Remember, I didn't know he was a narcissist at the time. Well, he snatched me out of the shower. He grabbed me by my neck and pulled me out of the shower. Now, keep in mind, I'm the oldest of all my siblings, and my sister is the youngest, is the baby. And so I've always been very stoic. I never showed any emotions on my face. And so when he did that, it scared her. So she ran in and she was screaming, you know, don't do that to my sister. Put some clothes on her. Why do you have her like that? So he's holding me by the neck in front of her, like, you know, showing me to her naked, you know, while she's just looking, but she's looking in my face and I'm looking in her face, and I'm trying to calm her down because I'm more concerned about her, you know, her well-being, her safety, and to make sure that he doesn't do anything to her. And so I'm looking at her face. I want to make sure that she's cool, she's calm, you know, okay, I'm naked, he's holding me in front of you and everything. Okay, that's cool, it's my sister, you know, but he's trying to humiliate me. And so the next few minutes, he drags me out of the bathroom and she's still saying, cover my sister, why are you doing that? And we have this big balcony with like open curtains where you can look out and they can look in. And when he brought me into the in the living room, go to part 2. All right, let's go to Narcissist Rage Part 2. You guys ready? All right, so what I was saying is that once he pulled me out of the shower and he held me in my sister's face, trying to scare my sister. I don't know, he was trying to humiliate me, trying to embarrass me. He brought me into the living room and we have this big, like, you know, this big balcony window where people can see in and people can see out. And what he did was he was holding me by my neck and he was holding me in front of the window so that everybody could see me, to humiliate me. Now, keep in mind, all this rage and what he was doing and him holding me naked in front of this window is all because his ego was bruised, because he wanted to be the hero, to say that he got me a class in the military for my leadership course. And he was taking too long because obviously he couldn't get me in there, and I had to hurry up and get a slot. And when I got a slot, because I connected to some people that I knew already, and they got me a slot, by the time he called, they told him that I'd already gotten a slot. So what happened was he was going to tell a lie and say that he got me a slot. But in actuality, I got my own slot. And when I told him I got my slot, it bruised his ego. He was embarrassed. It was a narcissistic injury. So he went into a rage, and the things that he was doing made no sense. And so for those of you that are on active duty, I did not know at this time about the Family Advocacy Program. The Family Advocacy Program, also known as FAP, for those of you that are military. FAP not only has like social workers that work in there, they will assist you when it comes to treatment, care, even if it means having to get you out of your home and putting you somewhere safe away from that spouse. Now the question becomes, but is he or she going to get into trouble? Yes, they will. When I was a first sergeant, I had to do a lot of FAP cases as well, and of course had to go sit in the board, you know, and they let me know what the consequences are. And a lot of those consequences are, if there are children involved, CPS gets involved. If children are not involved, that service member would have, you know, they would get punished. They would have to go to certain classes, everything. But the one thing that I want you to know is what they're going to throw in your face is the same thing he used to throw in my face is, you are trying to ruin my career. You are trying to destroy me. He sounded like a movie character. You're trying to destroy me. You're trying to ruin my career. You don't care. You know, you're not going to be able to survive if my career is messed up. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, you're not the one ruining their career. They're the ones that are making choices, and they don't want to take accountability. They don't want any consequences to their action. And if you say anything in order to protect you and your children, then you're the one trying to ruin their career when they're ruining their own career. This is why he got away with so much so long, because I was afraid, because I thought I was ruining his career and it was going to mess me up. But you notice that I'm out of the military now and I'm doing fine. So can you. Remember that.